All right, family, it's your brother Asad.
And I'm Adrienne.
And we are back again with another quick video. So like, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to make sure that you're notified when we drop new videos. House cleaning done? No, it's not. Uh, Secondly, we always want to thank our South African family for the love that they have been showing this channel. Again, our heart is wide open and we really appreciate it. And today is Christmas. So to all of my family, South African family, and anyone who happens to watch this, if you celebrate the holiday, we wish you a very joyous and happy holiday. And yeah, wish you a very joyous holiday, a very joyous Christmas. Obviously, we don't celebrate the holiday, but I think we're going to head out to Zoo Lake a little bit later.
Yeah.
And
if we can just be out in this beautiful weather.
man, is the weather showing out of what? Yesterday and today, it was just beautiful days. This is the Johannesburg summertime that I was promised by so many people, and we got it going on.
This was a hot girl summer.
Yeah. Need like Megan. I wonder if that song made it out here. I think that was a local song, Need Like Megan. But so I want to talk quickly. So night before last, I went out to dinner at Danfern Golf Estates with a group of brothers. One brother was local South African. He was also Muslim. Shout out to that brother. But the rest were just African Americans who live here in South Africa. One brother has been here 25 years. And another brother was a brother who worked for the NBA. And then our other brother was a partner that we know, that we've known, I guess, since we came in June, you know. But first of all, let me say, Danfern Estates is just mind-blowingly beautiful. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is one of the golf estates. Out here in Johannesburg. Yeah, I mean, security next level. Like, really check your trunk of your car when you're coming in. And these are, you know, it's like, I think they said Danfern is about 60 to 70% black folk. That was a sister right there walking. Yeah. I mean, just check out the cribs, yo. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to meet a couple of partners of mine at the clubhouse. This is the golf clubhouse right here. All right. I took some footage of it, and I mean, to get in is like going into military base. They checking like under your car. They checking the boot of your car. The boot. We call it the trunk. We get it checking the boot of your car. Everywhere they take your ID. They're scanning this. It's like I had to have a code sent to me the day before in order to go, you know, there and give them the code, and my name had to match with the code. I was like, gee whiz, who lives here? But oddly enough, that was very
important.
Yeah, but I think that was similar to the same thing that happened when we went by Asha's place. She had to send us a code, remember?
That's true.
Yeah, so that's the security. So in that dinner, we had a good conversation, and Brother Greg made this analogy, and that's why this video is titled The Princess and the Frog, because it's about this analogy. Brother Greg said that if you take a frog and put it in hot water, it will immediately jump out because it feels the heat. However, if you take a frog, put him in cold water, then turn up the heat and let it gradually get hot, he will stay in there until he explodes. Now that analogy was in reference to the pressure that Black Americans at that table. We can't talk about all Black Americans, but that analogy was in reference to the pressure that the Black Americans at that table were trying to express in that conversation, right? So when we, only those Black Americans, and I'm sure there's millions of Black Americans who feel like this, but I don't want anyone to say you can't speak for all of us. So for those who were at that table, we recognize that in the United States, we are under so much stress and pressure. However, we don't recognize it when we're in it.
Mm-hmm.
We only the only time we're able to see it is when we are here, when we get out of it. For us, it's Johannesburg or South Africa. For someone else, it may be the Caribbean. For someone else, it may be Ghana or wherever have you. But once we are out of the pressure cooker, we're finally able to relax, exhale. You know, Adrian, you asked me why I was sleeping so much because we can't sleep at home. We were stressed out. I'm working 2 and 3 jobs, and on top of the societal pressures, just the pressures to keep moving, to keep getting it. To I gotta get this money. I gotta do this. I gotta work. I gotta answer this email. I gotta do this. Blah 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 blah. So we're just under that pressure, and then when we're here, we're able to finally relax, which will lead me into my next story about what happened when I left. So we had a great conversation at Danfern, very great conversation, and so I left. After that, it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and this again relates to that pressure. And I was riding down what I think is Williams Nichols.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the street, and it may not be the street at that time because I don't think I ever turned. It was just that street. And there was a police checkpoint, like 4 or 5 police officers just standing in the street and pulling each car that passed over, and they pulled me over. Now, the police officer was polite. She asked for my license and registration, and she was like, "What you doing with this license? You not afraid to drive in South Africa?" I was like, "No, I'm not afraid to drive here. I'm good, you know." And really, that was it. Very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, Inconsequential. Nothing in particular happened. It's a word I'm looking for. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, so nothing happened, and that's my point. That is exactly my point. Nothing happened, and nor did I expect anything to happen. Nor did during that exchange did I feel like I was going to die, or that there's a possibility that she may pull me out of my car, or that these people may handcuff me and I'll, end up either dead or locked up in jail for driving, on my way home, minding my business. Right?
Right.
And
She did ask you why you were out so late.
she asked me why I was out so
like,
late.
It's 9 o'clock.
Right. And I said I was coming from Danfern Golf Estates, headed back to Rosebank.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it?
That was it. Nothing happened. It was dang, why I can't think of the word, man. I hate when that happens, bro. But what it made me realize is, so keep in mind, this has happened 2 more times. So let's finish the story. So I get back home, go to sleep, boom.
Right.
What did we do the next day?
We got up and walked around Rosebank.
Walked around Rosebank.
Took a nice little walk, looking for a cafe that wasn't open.
Yeah.
All right, family. We are just walking around this nice little area where we are, and it is called Rosebank. So I'm going to flip the camera around and just get some footage. Oh, you see my beautiful wife?
Hello.
Alrighty. So the mall is actually back the other way. So the way most of the neighborhoods are set up, or a lot of the neighborhoods are set up, is that there's a mall nearby. And this area, like the mall is literally walk outside the door and there's a mall. The mall is quite different. It's similar in many ways to, the American style mall. However, it's literally everything in the mall. Banks, grocery stores, what else? this furniture store, so everything is in the mall. Hardware, yeah. So everything is in the mall and not just, clothing places. So now we're walking down to a coffee shop. That way is the other part of the Rosebank Mall. So just to give you guys some footage of what this area kind of looks like.
And then we ended up at Tasha's eating, I guess it was our breakfast, a croissant, little croissant with some bacon. That's fake bacon. That's that fake bacon. We don't eat no pork, peace God. So then after that, we decided to kind of just freestyle drive around. So we didn't put any particular directions into the GPS. We did put a particular direction, but we really wasn't following it. Mm-hmm. And we're just driving around.
You see how steep this is?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty amazing.
Just driving around, trying to see if I could figure out where I was, orient myself, and to see what we'll run into. So with that being said, man, somebody make some suggestions. We've been spending a lot of our times in Santon and Centurion and Midran and Paulsif and where else?
Yeah, basically like
northern suburbs. So if you got any suggestions about where we can go, maybe in the south or the east or wherever else have you, please make those suggestions,
Yeah.
So now we ended up going to Makro.
So if you can see, it is very much Walmartish prices, right? Not prices, but Walmart-ish in terms of presentation. All right, get your dishes and stuff, Walmart style, pots and pans.
It is like the South African version of Walmart, right?
Yeah.
And we had heard about it, so I was like, let me go see it.
I hadn't heard about it. You brought that up.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay, let's go.
So we go there, and if I'm not mistaken, Makro is owned by Walmart. Like Walmart bought it, and it has all of the Walmart flavor.
It has everything. If you're an American, you move here, it is Walmart. It has everything that a super Walmart has.
Everything but the trailer park women.
The hood is not present.
Yeah, everything with the trailer park women, but that's a Walmart. That give you all the Walmart feel. I was really impressed with the solar panels outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. So after we left there, I got pulled over again. Well, not really pulled over this time. Whatever street that I was on, again. Yeah, the police were out there again, checking people, and then so they didn't pull us. They didn't even hold a conversation or anything. They just slowed us down, looked at a tag or something, and then told me on. So while we were driving back, and this happened twice because I ended up being on the street twice. I told Adrian, I was like, man, I don't ever want to go back to the United States. I really just want to leave here, go pick up my children, and come back. It's really all I want to do. And she was like, well, what tell me how you felt when I said that.
I don't know. I was just wondering if you were being dramatic or, if it's really that serious. Yeah. I asked you that.
And I told you I was serious.
You said you were serious.
I was serious. Yeah, I mean, like, it's like, why do I want to go back into the pressure cooker? Why do I want to jump back into the hot water or go back to the water and then let it heat up on me again? I don't want that feeling. And more importantly, I don't want the feeling for my sons. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want that feeling at all for them. While I was at Danfern, it is a mixture of black and white, but it was a gang of black folk. And I would venture to say it may have been 60-40 black. It might have been 70-40 black. right? And I saw a gang of children, young people, 15, 16, all the way down to, babies and stuff, at the restaurant playing. There was people doing, young ladies doing backflips and cartwheels and I saw a sister walking her dog, and I thought to myself, man, these children are not worried about. Number one, they're not worried about walking outside of their house and getting shot, which is a real reality in the States, right? And I'm sure that there's a partial reality for some places in Johannesburg and in South Africa in general, but these children in particular, they're not worried about that. Nor are they worried about walking
neighbors
through that.
calling the police because they're like, who are these black kids
Who are
in
they?
my neighborhood?
Right.
Yelling out, telling you to go
Right.
back where you came from, even though you're a neighbor.
Exactly. Exactly.
Happens all the time.
It was too many of us black people there for the neighbors to ever be like, there's black people in my neighborhood, let me call the cops. Getting their Karen on, right? And it was too many, so I was just like, man, this is I was like, I want my children to experience this. I don't want them to experience. I'm tired. They're so young, and we keep them pretty sheltered, so they don't really know about a police stop or anything like that. But and I don't want them to know. I don't want that to destroy their world, to destroy their perception, to destroy their humanity, to begin to make them have to shrink themselves to fit into these white supremacist expectations, So I was just like, man, I just want to get my children to come back here, and we'll figure it out. And we have figured it out, but so after that experience, we ended up going to Nelson Mandela Square in Santon City, and ended up, is it Taj?
Raj. Late lunch.
Yeah.
At Raj.
Had a little Indian food, and it was rolling. So tandoori lamb chops and some butter chicken and some prawn masala. It was rolling. Now we really do like Indian food. I think we got turned on to it by a Muslim family back home. Well, I don't know. That's how I got turned. How you got turned on to it?
A long time ago. Can't remember. Really.
But definitely.
It's been a long time.
But definitely. So this is a very quick one. We're gonna throw in some little shots, maybe to jazz it up a little bit. But we thank you guys for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe. Again, shout out to our South African family for showing love. We're having a phenomenal. This is what I wanted to say.
What?
So I have been thoroughly convinced that I need to learn a local language. Right? I need to learn a local language, and I have been told that it needs to be Zulu. By a Zulu.
Surprise!
A Zulu said, no, you need to learn Zulu. So, all right, cool. Who's willing to teach a brother some Zulu? Just a couple of words. I'm not trying to be fluent because I ain't that smart. I just need to know a couple of words, a couple of phrases to get by. So when I'm talking to somebody, they'll be like, oh, wait. Is he from here or not?
No, they won't.
You're like, no, he ain't from here. He ain't from here. But so whoever's willing to teach me some Zulu, holler at me. And if you made it to the end of this video, if you made it this far, guess what? You're a soldier. All right, thank you for watching. God bless. Good night.